Come on, you get it.
Well, once again, everybody, good morning. We see Melinda back there. Okay, there we go. If you would like to ask questions, go ahead and start lining up with Melinda, please. And I have a question for them to kind of get things rolling. Now, the last time that you guys were here, you had filmed the last season, but we hadn't seen it yet. So, or half of it, the second half. And what I'm curious about is not giving away particulars or anything. What kind of reactions did you personally have from fans? I mean, were people, really on board with how things ended? I mean, aside from,
Is anybody really on board with how things ended?
Well, the fact that
No. Show of hands. Who liked the ending?
6 people.
Scooby-Doo fans.
Anna's got her hand up, so she did like that.
We've never had this conversation. I loved it.
Like the bar, I mean, like the fight on the lead up to the stand, the fucking horseshoe.
The holding hands.
The super suck.
The super suck.
Yes, if you'll recall, the last time those of you who were here in 2015 were asked, well, what's coming up? And of course, they couldn't say anything. And, sort of like, are you going to be happy with how things ended for your character? And no, we can't say a word. So at least now, you can talk about that. But there was, there of course there were many tears and a lot of gnashing of teeth when the show ended in the first place, right? Nobody wanted that to be happening. But
the one, did you remember when you all had to do the succubus?
Yes.
They cut a bunch of the super sonic.
Let me tell you though, there's nothing. No, but there's nothing funnier than them being the one sucking everyone's tea. When you have a whole cast that you have loved for so long, staring up at you with their mouths open and you can't stop laughing, of course. But I have to keep cutting, and eventually the crew gets a little bit annoyed with them. So then you can see them all like, okay, we gotta just pull this together. But
No, it's
watch it again and look closely because they all have a twinkle in their eye. They're all about to laugh.
This is going to be a problem.
These two.
They cut us. Robin.
You go back and watch. Paul and I are not in that scene because we could not keep it together.
The classically trained actor.
And they still remember that they were not in the lesson. Okay, let's have our first question.
Good morning.
Okay, there we go. My question is for Rachel. After you spent so much time developing Tamsin, how did you feel about baby Tamsin's representation of that character? And do you feel like Cynthia really would have been a good mom to Tamsin?
Not my actual baby, like baby. Sorry, I've also lost my voice. So,
Fourth day of Dragon Con, right?
Yeah, like when you
the girls
died
who
and got, yeah,
in the fourth season.
yeah, the girls who played baby Tamsin. How did you feel they did?
We lost you altogether yesterday, Paul. So,
Sorry. No, I thought that they were amazing, and both of them took, like, they watched tape of me and they tried to mimic things. It's like a little bit trippy though. I mean, I'm sure you guys understood that from the body swap episode, to have someone mimic you. Like, sometimes it's cool, and other times you're just like, I don't do that. I do all those things, but they were wonderful. I will also not speak anymore because this sounds terrible on the mic.
So for the rest of the morning, Rachel's using hand signals. Next question.
All right, here's a hardball. Who's the best kisser? Just kidding.
Yeah, we've had that question before.
I know.
So
The real question is, for each of you, like, what is like the craziest thing you've ever put on your resume as special skills or special talents that you totally lied about that you cannot do?
Oh, nobody can ever do any of their special skills. It's all lies. Yeah.
I remember my first acting resume I ever made, I put on there, juggling, racket, 3 balls.
Yeah.
And then I remember my agent. I wonder if it's still there. I don't think it is. But my agent called, like, can you juggle plates? And I'm like, no, just 3 balls. Like, oh, so nothing else but balls? I'm like, just the balls. And then after I got home, I was like, fuck, you know.
Anna Silk, ladies and gentlemen.
Call child services.
I need to swear to, I owe you $1.
Please. $10 now, question.
It's 100.
$10.
It's 100. She's my mom.
Anyway, I took it off my resume.
So it's no longer there, in other words. Anybody else have one that they're willing to share?
I definitely lied about the trampoline. Because the only time I was on a trampoline, I was off very quickly. I bounced from one end to the other, onto the floor. I thought it would be good to put on the resume.
That you can trampoline?
You know how hard it is to shoot someone
Like,
with
how
a
often does that come up?
It's a very special
The number of jobs I've lost. Oh, because I can't trampoline.
I think 4th trampoline season.
Someone put on my Wikipedia page that I write, so this isn't my resume, but people can change that. And for the longest time it said that I wrote a book of haikus and I played the piccolo. Yeah, I think it was probably one of my friends, but people would ask me, they'd be like, when's your haiku book coming out? I'm like, never.
But I hate Wikipedia because I'm literally the only person that doesn't know how to update my own self on it. So there's so much stuff on there that just isn't the case.
But even if you
Just
update
anything.
it, like, people change it back to whatever the lie was.
Whatever they want.
Like,
I know.
I'm a country singer, apparently. Like,
Oh, good.
I'm like, where did that come from?
While there is a little pause, I definitely want to thank everyone for coming out on a Monday. We barely made it. Thank you for coming out.
And everything on my special skills I can't do. Including fly.
He's a great swimmer.
You should see him trampoline, honestly.
Wow.
17 plates, it's incredible.
While playing the piccolo. What now?
Morning.
I'm gonna change your Wikipedia page to plays the piccolo. Oh.
Now, Zoe's advice that it was don't require the Wikipedia biographies.
No.
Next question, please.
Good morning. Wanted to ask, what about your character do you either most identify with, or what is the aspect of your character you least identify with?
Either or? Or either or?
Well, I'm absolutely socially awkward, for sure. But I'm not nearly as uptight as she is. She's very
I'm not really that old. I look that old on TV, but I'm not really that old. Otherwise, we're exactly the same.
I'm definitely not as serious as Dyson.
Yeah, that would have really thrown me off.
But I can't turn into a wolf.
Oh, okay. No. Hey. No, of course you. Everyone's been waiting for you to come back. They don't.
up on a mountain a little bit.
I held back from saying anything. I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh. You know, now this will really make you throw up in your mouth. But I think that I identified with Beau's sense of fighting for people who couldn't fight for themselves. I know, so lame, but it's true.
Daisy.
So good.
Anyone else, anything to add? Okay, next question.
Hi, this question is from Anna. This question from a friend of mine who couldn't make it this year. She wanted to know that when you and the producers were busy working on the character of Beau, how much of her sexuality was based on her being a succubus, and how much of it was based on basically Beau living the life she lived?
Beau, what was the last thing you said?
I'm living the life she lived.
Oh. I actually think I understand what he's asking. Do you?
Do you mean that she made the choices on her own, as the individual?
You know, basically, like, when you were given, like, the show Bible, did it say, like, all succubus identify as bi or pan, or was this basically Beau saying, I choose this?
You know, it was not really discussed like that at the beginning. It really wasn't. You know, I had read the pilot. I knew there was going to be a love triangle. I knew that one would be with a man, one would be with a woman, one would be with a wolf, one would be with a human. She was a succubus, so I knew that she was a sexual creature. So it really, I mean, that was what they had laid out as the story. It wasn't really for me until people had seen the first season that then we started discussing it. I think even amongst the cast, we didn't really discuss that aspect of it. It was just a given. It was not anything they were trying to emphasize. It was just a given.
You know, and I think the thing to sort of mention too is that we live in a bit of a bubble in a lot of ways, because in the film and TV world and theater world, sexuality for the most part is such a non-issue, you know, and I forget sometimes that the whole world isn't like that. You know, you kind of go outside of our little circle and realize that the rest of the world doesn't always sort of see it that way, but we do sort of have the luxury of it just not kind of coming up unless it comes up. You know, which is something I've loved so much about the show, and I think we all have appreciated that, you know, that part of the show has just been what it is, you know. Yeah.
The film and television industry is like a traveling circus band of carny fairies. We seem to function within the bounds of reality, but we really don't. Sometimes we lose perspective.
But I think in this case, it was good. It was good that we had that little bubble. You know, because we were very free. Yeah.
Okay, the question I have for you guys is, if the world of Lost Girls was real, which fae would you be?
Which fae would we be?
Yes.
Which type of fae exactly? Other than what they were, you mean?
Yes, I mean as the actress, who would you be? The actor or actress, which
I'm
fae
pretty
would
happy with this. Yeah. Shape-shifting, lives some millennia. What's not to like?
And I'm pretty happy with Beau. Why not? She always gets to stay alluring, you know, connect. Good.
I had the best power, so I'm fine.
I have the best wardrobe, so I don't care what
I'm definitely happy with Hale. Besides, season 4. Jane Firestone, both sides. I'm fantastic.
Yeah, I'm super happy with the end of it. I had wings and I fuck shit up.
$100.
No, I said I uck shit up. Uck.
That's what it says on your Wikipedia page.
We just tried to change Chris's Wikipedia, but we couldn't because
I'm like blocked out of Wikipedia.
because she's a dog abuser.
But not everyone can change your Wikipedia site. Anyone can just add stuff to anybody's Wikipedia.
She's a vandal and a dog abuser.
IMDb is not dog abuser. It's term abuse/dog and rapper vandal.
Seems about right.
What's rapper vandalism?
Must have vandalized the rapper. Which one? I'm
You
curious.
do abuse dogs.
But in all fairness, this is without logging in. I don't even have a Wikipedia. I'm like blocked and I don't even have a Wikipedia account.
You know what they're all going to be doing when they go back home?
Looks like flash.
Sure.
Do you know how to change Wikipedia? Can you do it for us?
Come up here for a minute.
Do you know how to find user Graham87?
Oh my.
Look like great thing to say.
And something that I did want to address before we go to the next question, thank you, is Casey,
Yes.
I gotta tell you, when I saw your scene, the one that you're referring to, the one you wanted to give Jay a hard time about on Friday, that was probably, in that whole year, and even afterwards, was probably the most shocking television scene that personally that I had seen. I did not see it coming. And it was just, although I should have, because you can't let people do it, right? Not until the end. But did you guys...
Glenn in The Walking Dead was pretty rough, no?
But I mean, just on a character level. But I wanted you to know that. And I know that at the time when I brought it up during the panel we had, which I think was the year that Rick and Kenzie and Emmanuel were here, that everybody in the audience agreed. So that people felt it for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Next question, please. You're welcome.
Hey Eloise, this is a question for you. You gotta pay attention, kiddo. If you were a fae in the show, what kind of fae would you be?
You think I let my daughter watch that show?
I've watched it because when I was young, he put it on my iPad and he showed me how to watch movies, so then I pressed on it and then I would watch it.
How about this instead of Faye? If you could have any superpower, what would it be? She's going to think about it. We'll get back to you. Thank you. Next question.
Hi, good morning. For many years in a row, you guys have been my favorite panel at DragonCon. It's always entertaining. You guys are always very
Even better than Barrowman?
Yes.
Wow!
Most unchained. A question that doesn't have to be a whole cast type thing, but is there another major event besides the one already discussed that you guys as a cast would wish had gone another way?
Sorry, one more time.
Yeah, so I know the ending everyone's not happy with, besides maybe but is there another event that as a cast you guys felt you wish it could have gone a different way?
You mean applause?
Yeah.
And we've addressed my situation, is what you're saying. I want to make sure you guys are getting everything you need, that's all.
Let me put up my list.
So beyond that situation, I could really care less.
It does kind of seem to be the deal breaker, doesn't it?
The thing about this show was we had a new writer almost every year. You had writer, so it was constantly juggling, new personalities coming in with new ideas of storyline and shape of the show. And I don't know, for me personally, I got into this show on season 1 based on Michelle Loretta's pilot script, which was a very different show than
Very, very dark.
Lost Girl ended up being. And so, as much as, you have to adapt and you work with what the show's creators want at the time, the show just went in the direction that I would have preferred to not have gone in. So it was just like, you can't really say at this point, it's just a tonality of the show. Like, it started out mature and dark, and it ended up for all of us in a van holding a scoop.
And the Scooby band, yeah.
Scooby really gets, the teen version of.
But
I know, and the pilot,
didn't go that way. No, I'm gonna win this one. Right. But if it didn't go the way it went, we might not be here today.
Yeah.
That's true too. Who knows?
Yeah.
And I agree with Chris in some sense because the pilot was so dark. I mean, it was so dark. I remember filming it and it being so pretty. And then, they wanted to kind of lighten things up a little bit and change it a little bit. And I think it took us a little while to find our groove. But I also think that we might not have had the same fan base had it not gone the way it did. So I love the ending. We gotta talk about this, you guys.
More fun. We might not have had the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't like my ending at all. I just felt, and I agree with Chris. I mean, from where we started the show, which was for me really super interesting, what everyone was doing, the way it looked, and the characters. Even my character looked so different than the beginning, and it was just really interesting exploring that darkness. And then I was holding hands by the end of it, and I just didn't feel, for my character as well, I didn't feel that. And just for the happy endings, I'm not always about anyway. And I feel that particularly my character was about not necessarily choosing a side and being able to be whoever, whatever you want to be. But there was this need to try and close it out and put an end to it. And I don't necessarily feel you always need to do that. The open ending was more interesting. But I lived joking the show, so.
Anybody else?
I think the only thing for me that I would have liked was very early on, Lauren talked about this before, but sort of walked a line where you weren't entirely sure how trustworthy she was, where her loyalties lay, and I very much enjoyed playing that line and coming in and out of who she was and playing kind of this person who was not as concrete a character. And when that storyline sort of came to a conclusion, she became who she was and great in a lot of ways, but as an actor, I very much appreciated playing that kind of place. And I would have loved for that to have gone in and out throughout the seasons a bit more.
Yeah, mystery.
Yeah, a bit more.
When you keep the mystery for the actor, it's way better even when you don't necessarily know which side you're going to go to.
Yeah.
It keeps it interesting.
Okay, thank you.
That was a very good question. Whoever asked that question.
Hi there. So I just want to thank you guys. I'm actually more of a recent fan. Just started watching the show this week in preparation for the con. My friend Amber, actually sitting over there, she's been talking about you guys for months because this is the reason why we're here. She loves you guys a lot, and she got a picture that was signed by all of you for charity, but the only signature she doesn't have is Anna. And we drove 10 hours here for you guys, and we're gonna get in our car.
She won't do it.
I heard something like Paul said he signed it. He was like, if I sign it, everybody else has to. So.
Oh wow.
I will have you guys sign it. We have to answer one question. What took you so long?
I'm behind the times. But the first episode, the pilot you guys were just talking about, it got me hooked. So I'm in for the long
Our pilot was actually episode 8 in season 1. I think we've all talked about that before. Our original pilot was number 8, so it was kind of, you'll see, it stands out. It was shot on film. We all look different. I am happy to sign whatever you have.
Thank you so much. There's an ice box in here, isn't it?
We're sorry.
Hi. Sorry. My question is, which is your favorite season of the show? Either story-wise, or which one did you have the most fun filming?
2, I like 2.
Yeah, I enjoyed 2. There was some great highlights in 3 as well, but 2 was fun with the Garuda. For me.
Three for me, I think.
3. There was, I think there was that. We went back to a slight grittiness. 3. I think I even looked a bit grittier. And,
Dark individual, man. Keep talking about the grittiness and the darkness. Yo, he said yo. I say yo all the time.
I think always a movie that every panel.
You just all throw me underneath it.
Oh God, favorite season? Like 1 for me was like, it's just, I don't know. 2 was like, hey, we got this. 3 was like, yeah. 4 was like, what? And 5 was like,
I think each of us should do that. So 1 for me.
So everyone, what was 1 for you?
Oh my God.
Alright! Where am I?
I don't exist yet.
What's the siren?
Okay, what's 2?
Garuda?
How many times did we say 2 was the long one, right?
Yeah.
Like 117 episodes or something.
2 was still a little bit of
I'm hardly in this.
I sat on a goddamn piccolo.
But you remember the last day of the 2nd season, last episode, right?
Yes, I remember our
It was like
director.
4 o'clock in the morning, and
Yeah.
Steve DeMarco was
With
playing
the Army helmet on.
A-Team music.
And I was lying on the floor of an old, like, slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
We were literally shooting it all
Laying
out.
on the floor while they were blowing a fan in my face.
And Steve DeMarco, our director, was sat in a wheelchair where he attached the monitor to it. And he was going around, there's nothing wrong with it, but he was going around in a wheelchair all the time.
With painted like physically black face paint, military like World War II Army helmet, and a little jukebox. And he's full in like.
We'll never be able to explain this in any
No.
way.
Where's a leather vest, leather pants, like chaps? I mean, it was
Loud and, yeah. You know,
tattooed in
I
like
remember the rap party that season at the end. We went to the rap party, and I remember I sat on this squishy couch next to Steve DeMarco, which is the leather-clad director, and then my husband. And my husband said, "Do you guys want a drink?" And I was like, "Yeah." And when my husband got up, it lifted the couch, and I fell on Steve. It was like all over Steve, and my husband turned around and was like.
Okay. Please somehow get a camera.
What is it?
That's Steve DeMarco.
Oh!
that was hard to recognize.
I have to say he did bring a lot to our show.
Oh, this was an everyday.
That's his daily wardrobe. He fit into the show quite well, really.
And would fit in here quite well.
I do just want to point out to my cast that I just saw a child walking, so that's Paul's daughter. That's Tori. She hears that.
BFA in theater, and in the future I want to be a director or a screenwriter. And my question is mainly for Anna, but the whole cast, would y'all ever consider being in a TV show I wrote, or?
So you just want to cast Anna?
Time to go.
No, not all of you, but maybe.
I don't need to answer the question for Anna.
I absolutely would. And I think that's great that you're doing that program. We need lots of amazing female directors. That's awesome.
And she'll do
And congrats on your BFA, that's amazing. Good job.
Hi, first Rachel, I feel for you. I lost my voice on Friday. A couple of years ago when y'all were here, you guys talked a little bit about the wardrobe and the costumes and how like Dyson's vests were all handmade by the costume designer and stuff like that. I just wanted to maybe have you guys go further into how you liked the costumes and how wardrobe worked, and just enlighten us more on the costume decisions and what was your favorite and things like that, if you want to just get into depth. Excuse me. That's my question. Just what is your opinion about the costumes and the wardrobe and everything, and how you liked it, and what was your favorite piece, kind of stuff?
Ann Dixon was our original designer on the show, and Noreen Landry took over and was so wonderful. Costuming and hair and makeup tell a story. So when you work with creative people like that, it's part of your character, but it's also part of the whole world, the whole story. So I think everyone's wardrobe is so carefully thought out. You know, for Bo, she had to be ready to fight. She had to be lusty. And she had to carry herself a certain way. And I certainly couldn't have done that without that kind of costuming. So yeah, I brought a lot. I know that everyone has opinions about their own costumes, but all good.
Yeah, no, I think Ann Dixon, Ann Dixon, I didn't make one decision, I'll just put it that way. She put it all together. Hale was her baby. So, yeah, it was all Ann.
Yeah, it was great. The first day of the pilot, and you going to meet Anne, her walls. I mean, a lot of them do this where they have a collage of the character.
A mood board.
Yeah, a mood board. But hers was just insane. It was like the whole room and every single character. Yeah. And it's like you entered the world, her vision of the show and how it would look from a character perspective. For me, it was like one of the most satisfying things ever. And all of a sudden, and there was so much dialogue in between, like what you thought of the character, what they thought, and she was so open to everything. And you know, as an actor, that's what you wish for, is that you can have that input and dialogue and collaboration, and you know, then you manifest this character out of that, and it's a collaborative process. And she was the best. And then Noreen, she did the same thing, and it was just slightly different to what Anne did, but it was just equally as amazing.
Yeah, she's great too.
Yeah. I mean, she pushed the boundaries then, because you had to keep pushing the boundaries on Lost Girl with the costume every season. And for me, it was like, oh no. But yeah, it was awesome.
How many more straps and leather can they put on you?
Oh yeah, I used to worry every season. I going in. What have you got for me now? You have to top the cop suit. What have you got? Oh, high heels. Awesome.
So as an example, on my first fitting day, I walked in and, you know, just like Paul said, there's basically a wall of each of us, like a 10 by 10 of all these sort of ideas. And so as I'm looking at this, you know, and it helps the actor too, like, oh, you're seeing it this way, you know, it gives you a different dimension. But one of these pictures that she had up there was someone's graphic art novel. It's not a comic, it was more like a painting, but it was of like a proper werewolf standing on his feet, but a warrior werewolf from say maybe D&D or something, who had this chest plate, this metal armored chest. He was an armored werewolf. And I don't know, just something about it struck me. I was like, that's kind of cool. And that's where the vest thing. So she, based off of that breastplate of how it was designed in that picture, built that first blue vest that had this sort of ribbing. But she basically, she work with that image and to create all those sort of vests. And then we had like 6 custom-made vests that, you know, had different sort of tonalities for Dyson.
That's what it looked like. It did look
Yeah,
like
it looked kind of like armorish, which was amazing to bring into a police. And it was subtle enough for everyone to go, oh, he's wearing a costume.
He must be fake.
Yeah, something, right? But just hinted at like a warrior-esque sort of thing, and that's what you want. That's the beauty of something. That's great.
No, she did that. I think she extrapolated from that with Trick as well to the vest situation where, because there were so many vests by the end of it, and they were all, you know, for every occasion. So,
It's just the 90s all over again, but much better looking.
Oh yeah, lots of variations.
Thank you guys so much.
Cheers, thanks.
Hi, y'all are all amazing actors and actresses. I'm a huge fan. I was wondering what y'all are working on right now.
Well, I just flew this morning
The
from
first time I could answer this question in so long. Not here yesterday, the day before, because I was in Montreal working on a new show called Blood and Treasure. And so yesterday was my first day.
I just did a series called Pure, which is a show about the drug cartel in the Mennonite community. You know, that old story. And I think I'm doing, I think I'm off to do a comedy next, believe it or not.
I know, I went back to theatre and now I'm working on a one-man show. But
You just did a play, didn't you?
yeah, I did a Midsummer Night's Dream and now I'm working on a one-man show for Child's Christmas in Wales. Eventually.
I'm in the next season of Vikings, which starts in it's going to be a pretty epic journey for the asshole we all know as David. And I've done a few films that we'll see. You know, you never know with low-budget films. Do they go festival or what will happen? And I start the videos in October, which I can't tell you that, because it's an NDA. And I'm developing something called the Fiona Navarre Tapestry, which is a series of a trilogy of books that I optioned from a Canadian fantasy writer. So I'm working with the Temple Street guys who did Black Orphan Black, my God. Is it Monday morning after have I not talked to some of these guys? That fantastic show, Black Orphan. Or Jobs. Tatiana, I'm sorry.
After Lost Girl, that was KC's next show.
If you've never seen this, I really hope you tell that. Anyway, I'm very happy to be working with this great Canadian team to develop this show. And it's going to be years in development, but fingers crossed. I'll be classic. Anyway, so yeah, just carrying on.
Let's see. I'm not sure what the question was fully, but I finished the last season. I did the last season of The Strain, which was very cold. Did an Assassin's Creed Origins. A couple characters on that. Really tight motion capture suits.
Rocks.
Oh yeah. I have a movie coming out called Heavy with a certain redhead from Game of Thrones. And I too am developing my own stuff. I have a couple of things in mind. And music, of course. I'll do my music.
I've also kind of almost lost my voice. It's still there. I finished a movie at the end of July, an indie comedy. Like Chris said, we never know when or where they're going to end up. But with Alicia Cuthbert and Tony Hale, and I did a web series that was really it was a comedy. It was supposed to be on the platform. It was supposed to be Verizon Go 90, but they're now shopping it around to a bunch of different platforms, federal platforms like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon. We don't know, again, don't know where that's going to end up either, but it was a really cool, cool little show, and we'll see what happens with that. Other than that, playing with dogs and horses.
Attached to a film, an independent film, it's hopefully will be made soon in LA, and wrote and directed a Easter Seals film about diversity and disability, and it's called Inclusion Rider. You can find it on YouTube and Facebook with the Easter Seals Film Challenge. So there you go.
Sorry. One thing, I just want to point out that I shot a pilot for a web series that was directed by Mr. Rick Howland.
Hello. My question is for Paul. Vex has such an fabulous and androgynous style. I was wondering if you borrowed any of that and took that into your own personal style.
Wears a lot of black.
No.
To my personal style? No, it's not me. Yeah, it's, no, not really.
Really trying to
Do you ever
convince.
see your dad in the morning and just say, "What are you wearing?"
Yes.
Are you ever like, "You can't leave the house like that, you're gonna embarrass me"?
No.
Oh.
Wait till she's 13.
So what you guys can't see from there is that Paul has his hand. He has his right hand and his left hand, and he's tugging. This is yes, and this is no. So that's what's really happening.
Zero. Thank you. Next question, please.
With all the lore in the show, was there anything that you wish like popped up, something like any type of character sort of lore that didn't actually happen in the show?
They covered a lot of it. Gee. No, because I mean, you know, my wife is South African, and we even covered South African stuff. We covered everything.
Did Wales.
It was really disappointing. Oh, right. We didn't do Welsh lore.
Welsh?
Welsh.
Mr. Inclusion Rider.
Welsh lore. Welshian.
I would have loved to have seen.
Welshovian.
It's Willie's.
Willesian.
It's Welsh.
Welsh.
But it's forever going to be Welsh now.
No, we covered a lot. I mean, there was always something kind of new to learn. I'd end up going to Wikipedia on the Zoe's page for a little while. Let me just change that. No, and you know, you look up things and look up the lore of the things. It's like, oh wow, cool. I hadn't researched that before, so it made me kind of busy at times. When it's like, here's a whole new world of stuff. Oh wow, okay, I'll look that up.
I mean, I would definitely restricted by budgetary sort of concerns, but with that lore, I would have loved to have seen more flashback of like how that lore developed within wherever it came from, and like it's just when you're dealing with a small Canadian show, you can't go that way. But it would be nice because I loved it when we did go back and like it just gives that sort of extra dimension of the history. As opposed to us just talking about it. Well, this is what it is. It would be great if we could have afforded to like created a bit of brought each of those elements in a bit of their sort of natural habitat into our story.
Absolutely. Like the Baronets thing in season 2. Like,
where did that come from?
That truth woman who flicked her nails and made you guys say things that you were thinking the truth. And like the stories that character had about her and Trick, I was like, oh, I want to film that. Like armies fighting each other while we're on a mountainside. It was just, it it sounded really great.
Sounds like Game of Thrones.
That little show that's a little individual.
Yeah, that was
I mean, how did
Game of
they
Thrones
do it?
came out. So we were like cutting edge if we'd done it.
Okay, thank you.
So my question was there any characteristic about your character that you wish was different, or was there any situation that you wish your character handled differently?
Okay, so
I would have liked to have seen a little more of the dark side of Trick. Again, it's kind of in the history of him, of what he had to have done to get to where he was, and more of why he was hiding out kind of in the bar and not being the Blood King anymore, and to play that darkness.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it would have been interesting if we had snippets of episodes that really gave a really good background to every single character, and not just, you had that one episode. Just to, and instead of just throwing it into a speech somewhere, like, you know, I remember like the last Mesmer thing, even if you just had a flashback, you could have gone into it so you could understand each of the characters just a little more and why they do everything. I think that would be more interesting.
Yeah, like that story I told you in my lair, our only scene together, I think, really, where it was about your dad riding on a horse with his arms spread out.
Yeah, and you didn't have to...
It would have been cool to have seen that visually.
Yeah,
the fans would like that too.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, that didn't happen for me until they went into my relationship. Like, it was late in the game to sort of explain why the Morgan was the way she was and where that came from. I wish that had happened sooner so that it would have brought a little bit more of like vulnerability and humanity to her that you didn't see before and you didn't understand why. But yeah, I mean, you know, but they eventually did it.
And I know I always sound like Pollyanna. I can answer these questions. The truth is I am. But I think that it was really important to see Beau's progress rather than the history of her pain, because that was laid out in the show, and I'd like that we went back to see her adopted mom one time, and that's all we needed, because that journey for her was so important, and also kind of showed her how far she's come and how far she still needed to go. So I think it was important to focus on her progress.
And I think poor old Dyson, I mean, once he made that little sacrifice to the Nord and ran off into the woods like a heartless puppy.
That's how we did the first take.
That's amazing. We need to man up your character.
It was good. It was good. Can we just try it again?
One more time. See, that's what I rehearsed for weeks, and then they're like, oh my god, we'll never come back for season 2 if we had a show like that.
I wish Dyson would be friends for
Chris also had an amazing Swedish accent.
So Fritz is Dyson's cousin, who is...
Why don't you show them?
Slash alter ego, who is, yeah, he's a German slash maybe European were-skunk. Very stinky. And that's a special power. Him and Julio hang out a lot. But yeah, I think once that sort of trajectory was... where Dyson ran off in the woods without a heart, I was in the hands of the writer, so it was just like, you know, and I think we did the best we could with it. You know, it's like it was we were negotiating a love triangle, which became a love parallelogram, and then like a rhombus, and ended up being like some sort of massive polygon. It's hard to negotiate, John. Yeah, we did the best we could.
We have... out of time. Is our last maybe one very quick question?
You can both ask a question. We'll just answer it much more quickly.
The silk kimono that Bo has, I've liked it since like season 1, and I was wondering if any of you have ever thought about like taking it home, and did you? Because it's season 3.
You mean like each of us for a night?
Do you mean the red one?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
I actually have 2 of them.
I have one that
I wear nightly. No, I don't really, but I do have it. And I have one that has a big hole in the back, because it was the stunt girls. So yes, I have them. They're beautiful.
So now we know what happened to the kimonos.
Yeah, we're all so thankful that you're here, and I don't know that many shows that would still have this big of a crowd on a Monday. I've been to all the panels that you've had, the one on Earth, Dark Matter for the past couple years, and we're just all so thankful. Are you guys gonna keep coming back to join us?
If you'll have us.
Yeah.